I will check Reddit. I'll check Reddit. I'll look at Reddit for like 3 minutes. It'll be time to start streaming. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Hello, hi. Hello. Anyway, oh no, that's what I'm seeing. I'm back again. Today I'll be going through the remainder of 6.4, and maybe we'll dip our toes into 6.5. We'll see. Last time we went to the Reaper village, Lapis Manalis, fought Cognazzo, stream died, fought Rubicante. Rubicante revealed some information about Golbez. And now we're going to the moon on the 13th via making a portal on the moon off the source. And we're just trying to get that working right now. Y'shtola, Urianger, no, not Urianger, he's right there. What is Y'shtola up to? I think it's, is it just Y'shtola on the moon right now? Anyway, they're working with the Loporits to do something on the moon. We haven't gotten there yet. We're in Charlian to find the Aether Source, which we will be receiving. Why am I not cute? From the Isle of Ham. Hopefully the queue's not too long. We'll see. Actually, have I talked to these people yet? Social struggles aside, Zero seems more than capable of handling herself. Still, I shall aid her in what capacity I can. Naught remaineth to bar us from the Isle of Ham. Let us set sail forthwith. He does not strike me as the mentoring sort. You'd be surprised. No matter what, we must return to the void. The acquisition of this aether is but the first step. So the Isle's hemmed in by drift ice all year round. I'll bring you as close to the shore as possible, but you'll have to walk the rest of the way. And now we wait. My original plan was when I was going to start queue like 2.5 minutes into my address starting. That didn't end up working out, unfortunately. In that case, Funko. There we go. Let's get Whisper back out. I wish you could bring out your minions from the screen. I do appreciate that it takes you right there, but come on, man. Yeah, I got this in accident. Oh, that was on stream, wasn't it? Anyway. It's like Central Shroud, isn't it? South Shroud. Wait. Let's see how bad the Blue Mage murder... You fucker. They fucking... The timing. You get some too. This is another one I'd like to have to a play in my house, but it does actually exist. You can get it. It's just expensive, and I'm never lucky enough to roll high on the drop. On the rare instances where it actually appears. I'm gonna have to be playing my best tank today. The healer is learning to control. Oh, from console to PC. So they're learning mouse and keyboard. Fair enough. I don't know why he warned me. Dude's doing fine on healing. I've had no complaints with healing yet. I haven't even gotten low. Dude's doing fine. He's too worried. No. Whatever. I can't wait to desynth all that shit. missed! You fool! I was keeping them in a nice tight ball for you, too. How could you do this to me? Alas. Not like it made... it's making much of a difference. Holy shit. Absolutely melting them. Yeah, fucking summoners in best in slot. Oh, the healer's gone. Shit. No, don't fucking tell me. Don't need it yet. Might not need it. Good shit. The puffin dropped or something. There's no other reason why I haven't heard the chimes for getting the loot. Oh, just over some pants. As you do. Oh yeah, player comm dealer.
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once. Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by. Where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
We would need them transported to Galema, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Why would you say such a thing? You are not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsent, and certainly not with Xenos. Not full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time. Absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down, hmm?
Alright, Whisper, you're going away? So you get... Zero straight as an arrow, wasn't she? A refreshing contrast to our more... I'm sorry?
Circuitous.
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 Circuitous. A refreshing contrast to our more circuitous company. By simply staying close to you, will I really learn about trust? We are truly indebted to Kokol. I must invite him to Razdatan as a guest of honor. Offer some of Zero's curry. To not only allow us use of the tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Garlemald besides. Blessed are we to count Kokol among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Thancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. Till next time. With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We may now turn our attention to the second, to wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilsbard contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel the energy under the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. I really do got to get around to changing my Chocobo's color. I've been meaning to forever, but just the process sounds incredibly annoying. Here we are again. No, stop. Glad am I to hear that Garlemald's restoration proceedeth apace, and the people no longer want for warmth. Be that as it may, there is no substitute for appropriate garments in such frigid climes, as I can personally attest. Per your Stolla's advice, I have changed into clothing more suited to these surrounds, the better to blend in. I hope that this will suffice. You are, as ever, welcome, Arntel. I do not believe I have met all your comrades. Arntel, allow me to personally thank you for your assistance during the recent Voidsent incursion. Your actions saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Indeed, we appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking unilateral action. It is no simple matter to activate the Tower of Babel, and I speak not only of the technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Though we have yet to re-establish a governing body, we provisionally refer to those who remain here as the Garlean community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Garleans, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Better that than facing a mass invasion by Golbez and his void-sent hordes, surely. Why isn't it working? Here we go. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet even were we to convey our warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen void-sent with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be to make them a fire. Yes. But what if that person's sole experience with fire was being badly burned by it, and they harbored an acute fear? Despite the belief, the benefits, nay, the necessity of the warmth you offer, they may flee on instinct, or worse, misinterpret your actions for aggression and lash out. So, like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Garlemald. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alphino and Elise. With the rapport they have established with the Garlean people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? I will relay the particulars of your endeavor to members of the contingent. Rest assured, we will do our best to assist you. If truth be told, had you approached us with your petition earlier, we are like to have declined it. The situation was simply too precarious. But the people have begun to pull themselves up, and I dare to hope they will lend an ear to your words. Full faith have I that you will win over the Garlean populace. In the meantime, I shall see to it that all is in readiness with the tower. Oh, hang on. It's right there, but, you know, I simply could not be asked. I just wish that, you know, it occurred to me sooner, but, you know, the coffee hasn't quite hit yet. Of all the things, I knew you wouldn't be able to stay away. I have taken the liberty of explaining our objective. To dread fire even when one is freezing, to become a prisoner of one's fear. 'Tis a fate to which many voids sent too can succumb. Aye. I'm glad to see you, Arentel. Avrutra has explained our present dilemma. 'Tis no unfounded concern that the Garleans might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many would be up in arms over it. Trust in the Ilsmar contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly, or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust again. Well, it seems to me that there's not for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then, perhaps, we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Senatus near the Senaculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where people elsewhere stand as well. But I will leave to the others. Save Zero, might you accompany me? I'm sure those in Tapper's Den will have their own opinions. Alfino, if I may drag you along. Tertium, we leave to you. You are no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. Then it's settled. Once you've learned what you can, let's all meet in Forum Solus, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. Activate the Tower of Babel. Are you out of your mind? That abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. I can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. Just when I thought I'd take a walk. No matter where I go, I'm in the shadow of that damn tower. Fi-Fi, that tower isn't right, I tell you, all those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, the locals razed our village to the ground with this stuff, made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. Can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us good turn, dear, but let's not talk about that tower any longer. It's unnatural. Anyway. No, stop it. The tower's evil. It'll turn us all evil. Us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. The Tower of Babel, but what's it got to do with Void Scent? I can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much and more for us Garleans. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. The fuck? Whatever its present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Garlemald. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Garlean people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dared speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions. Cut our rations or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. We only want to survive, to be given the chance to rebuild. Our people might stand on their own again one day. Is that the, It is. I missed out on getting this. It's not. What? What is this just? Oh, it's fucking maiming. Fierce Tyrant. Where'd you get that from? Oh, I knew it. It is fucking PvP. Yeah. Oh well. That would have been neat for a Paladin Glam. Alas. I don't know, man. Just PvP really isn't my thing. It's not horrible. It's definitely better than it was, but yeah. Julius is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. I found it's like this was one. I found one. Arntel, may I present to you Lord Gineos and Mateus, magistrates of our political council. They've been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When they raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by representatives of the Ilsbar contingent. I see Alphino and Alize have yet to arrive, though, so perhaps we should wait. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is a manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we have had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we have had enough. The Garlemald of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war, civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemald, and all that lies within her bounds, is beholden to none. There's no common ground to be found with these men. In spite of this, you would still engage with them. I do not begrudge them their hostility. They merely seek to protect their homeland. That said, we must strive to reach an understanding with one another. We will treat with the Elsbard contingent, if only to assert our rights. If your intentions are as benevolent as you claim, then you will agree to our demands. Our sovereignty is of paramount importance. On this point, there can be no concessions. Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I'll also instruct Alfino and Alize to meet us there. Lord Mateus and Lord Gnaeus, by your leave, my comrades and I will speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Elsbard contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground, upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well, but know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. If it's settled, then you should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellencies safely returned to Tertium. There was no return there. I'm adding all sorts of words today. Their defenses bespeak a cautious mindset, more so than Tertium. Julius has told us all. You have Lord Gnaeus' permission to enter and speak with our residents, but not to petition them directly for support. Remember that. Here it is. Senatus, a temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I am given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. The basic design is reminiscent of Tertium, though somewhat embellished. Yeah, I suppose. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Elsbard contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much: our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life, what remains of it at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. Keep your voice down. There are people resting inside. I think you mean there are person resting inside, excuse me? Maybe in this train. There are no beds in this train. You lied to me. There are person resting inside. I can walk in here, though. Nifty. They got bread. Talk to 0. The furnishings are quite lavish. I am reminded of Toria. You recognize the large casks as the very same you and your comrades used to transport ceruleum from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Sanitas is unclear. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted, to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. While our present welfare is important, we must be willing to endure hardship if it helps us to secure our nation's future. Strong leaders like Lord Ganeos understand this. Have I talked to Varshawn? I don't think I have. Please, I wish to hear your concerns regarding the tower. Anyone else I can talk to? Anyone in here? No. Thank goodness for warm meals. These guys have dialogue? Oh no. How about you? Want to say anything? No. No. Too busy reading. Fair. He probably doesn't. But they might. Words? Speak. Speak. Words. Nope. No shot. Him. Anything? Nope. And you? Ah. The damage to the city is even more extensive than we thought. I didn't expect to find anything else. Yeah, no. What's the animation for this? Hang on. Makes sense. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears markings indicating they were provided by the Ilspart contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. I talked to Varshawn anyway. Wow. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? Well, what were you able to learn? Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you it's absolutely out of the question? What's going on? We were wondering the very same, and we came running when we heard shouting. Is aught the matter? Oh, no. I was just trying to explain. Maybe you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the magitech weapons that run rampant throughout Reggio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies here, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address this issue once and for all, we proposed the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route. But you heard him. They refused to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on the matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Garlean assets. Furthermore, who is to say they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge magitech material for your own ends. I know not if this is the case, but the fact remains. We cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's naught we can do. How complicated relations become when not grounded in a clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement, of course. Well do I understand the difficulty of your position. As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. You're speaking to the sovereign leader of Razdatan. So, yeah. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Let's teleport this time instead of fucking walking there. Ah, I like. You are returned with glad tidings, I hope. Who is this person again? It's just the satrap of Razdatan. Don't worry about it. He seems awfully confident. What do you suppose he has in mind? I have completed mine inspection of the tower. Thou shalt be pleased to hear that the transference of Aether will pose no difficulty. Leave this to me, my friend. Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Garlean community. Mayhap, not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Razdatan and the people of Garlemald. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. That they have been able to survive thus far is thanks to the ill-smart contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise, then, that some Garleans are loath to engage with foreigners for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement. One that would restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Raz-Natan abided by a treaty of non-interference. Freely have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require in return, for which you would grant us leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, you will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. We will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. This you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Raz-Natan's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. 'Tis a principle I once thought I understood, but I've come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Garlean, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Raz-Natan were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Gneos and Metius. Fucking hell. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall hie me to Tertium. An equitable arrangement. The satrap has a pragmatic vision for the future. If a trade agreement can be forged, I dare to hope it will thaw relations with the Garleans. Until then, I'll keep on trying to convince them of the need to decommission these dangerous weapons. Diplomatically, that is. Can we finally begin the negotiations? A crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by rights, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the satrap of Raz Adhan, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must secure a means to replenish our coffers, and the proposed arrangement presents a rare opportunity. 'Tis true, we do not want for Magitech and Ceruleum, and foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I see the merits. What? I can't believe what I'm hearing. You served the Emperor. We're a proud patriot. Yet now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense. Utter nonsense. You are a traitor, Gnaeus, and there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Lord Medius, wait, it isn't safe out there. Ah, let him go. To the best of my knowledge, Lord Medius is a civil servant with no combat experience. Should he meet with misfortune, he may fare poorly. Good. Well, I'm thrilled Lord Gnaeus was willing to consider my proposal. I'm worried about Lord Medius. An embarrassing display. A man of Medius' station should have the capacity to keep his emotions in check. I fear for Lord Medius. I'm not surprised. Some people cannot be moved by mere words. It's far too dangerous for a civilian to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Medius. Let us leave matters here in Maximus' care while the rest of us join in the search. If Lord Medius is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch him in Regio Urbanissima. I pray he has not come to any harm. Do not worry about us. Just see that Lord Medius does not come to harm, please. I don't know if he gets roughed up by some fucking Magitech, then honestly speaking, might fucking wake him up a little bit. Oh, what's this? The Magitech aren't a danger? We're exaggerating? Oh no! Well, your problem, man. Fucking. Oh. Actually, can I speak with him? Aw, come on. Just some like light taunting, please. I'm alive?
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
Alright, next time I'll just leave you to fucking die.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless. And I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Yes! You just gotta stop being a fucking asshole. Like, I get it, right? Political shit's tough. You're dealing
so
with a
long as we
major
live.
culture shift. But man, at least acknowledge basic facts of reality, like, hey, maybe we should, like, get rid of the rampaging Magitech. Look, you can send your guys with us. We won't scavenge shit. We just want them to stop fucking killing your fucking supply caravans.
Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? Ere we part, I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
That's more like it. Anyway,
US
Dark Knight
wait.
questline is gonna be so fun to
Like a
go
word.
through, guys.
With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrates safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Bound him. Trust is a magical spell, guys.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the Magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the Magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come
I
to
got to
judge one another
play
based on strength
before
and
they
usefulness.
updated this screenshot. And it was glorious. Hang on, let me see if I can find it. I think that this screen is from a location in, it's either Calusia or it's Calusia, maybe Giribania. It's hard to tell without having like better colors. I'm not finding it. Screenshot. It could be Lanasia as well. Tell me there isn't like a surviving image of the messed up screenshot. If I keep adding keywords, of course it will work eventually, right? No, I'm not liking my chances. Oh well. Anyway, so when this patch first came out, like I know there were fucking Reddit posts about this. Like I'm a little annoyed I can't find it. When this patch first came out, in this top corner, I think like over here as well, there were like system diagnostic lines, like FPS at, rendering at, shit, debug stuff, right? That's when they took the screenshot for this image. They forgot to turn it off. Oh man, I think it's just absolutely hilarious to look back on. Anyway.
You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately I was undone, overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it.
Here it is. I found a screenshot. If you look, hang on. Can you even see my cursor? You cannot. If you look along the top edge, you can see debug shit. Make that small again. Boop. And gone.
I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
However you like.
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
When I first... Well, I spooked myself there for a second. When I first met Zero, I wasn't sure what to make of her forthright to a fault nature, but now I understand she is simply an honest soul to the core. Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought, and I owe it all to you and Julius. Right then. I expect the others have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. Full glad am I to see everyone returned and none the worse for wear. Various representatives of the Garling community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. We've read the memorandum, and I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do, and Gnaeus, I pray you forgive my disgraceful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiations solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation at the Tapper's Den, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another Voidsent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. Have to say, I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in Senatus are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you all on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Razdet Han. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Razdet Han will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed amongst the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity, but trade, a bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect, and it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Raz Atan holds Garlean technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that, through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you gather round to hear the particulars, that you might convey them to those elsewhere. So burdened by hardships and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer others, the validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. 'Tis by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel, a rather timely development given the Aether Tank's impending arrival. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but await Yshula's signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else on this end to me and Elfino. No need to worry, devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends. I am not wrong to call them that, am I, friends? Moments like these give me hope that we still have a place in this world. Garlean technology shall enrich my people's lives and empower them to achieve great new feats. I am particularly eager to see what our alchemists are inspired to create. Oops. Both Razdat Atan and Garlemald stand to benefit greatly from this agreement. It may well mark the beginning of a long and fruitful relationship. Good friends, eh? And coming from her, you know she's not just saying it to be nice. Nope, wrong, incorrect.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand. Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Y'shtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Y'shtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Azhdaya from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow great worm.
You would have me go in my true form. Very well. Like our sire, we great worms are capable of traversing the great expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzat Han, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Ashdaya, I would entrust her eye to your keeping. Will you do this for me?
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Ishtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
I'm sorry, how do you pronounce that? What? I'm sorry, I'm gonna need to hear it pronounced that way at least 3 more times before I fucking accept that. You take care as well, Arentel. Leave the tower to us. The trade agreement discussions do not require our input, so Alize and I are free to attend the Tower of Babel without distractions. The moon. When Xenos brought me here, I remember feeling surprised that such a desolate place could exist in the source.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on voice and summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied. The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a voidsent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye, a tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it. We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed. That which held even Zodiark shall more than suffice for voidsent of any persuasion.
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
No! Bird's gone, alas. So, this is one of the brands that once imprisoned Zodiark, right? To describe it to my comrades back home, I doubt my words could do it justice. How did you fare with the preparations below? Reasonably well. I fought both a giant octopus and imperialist old codgers. You know, it works out well. The seal we mean to erect. I assume it won't hinder a half voidsent like me from going in the other direction. Y'shtola hath done well indeed to devise a seal in so short a time. 'Tis a testament to her ingenuity in times of need. Starboard. Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each of Zodiark's brands and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling voidsent. Yet, though we expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser voidsent to slip through. Therefore, we shall require a second line of defense, and I believe the Lopper supporters would be suitable for this purpose. Oriange, Arantel, the two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I would have you meet with Livingway and Bestway Sparrow and provide any assistance they require. I will join you. As a voidsent, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to reforging the brands. I will send word when we have finished. Pray to do the same. First, we shall see to this brand. We have matters here well in hand. Go meet with the Loperants. We will have the brands in working order before you know it. Wait, stop. Let us not repeat the errors of the past. Just teleport straight there. I think that before I speak with El Living Way, I'm going to take a real quick, like 5, 10 at absolute most minute break. Then I'll be right back to knock out the rest of 6.4. So, just a moment. Okay, I'm back. Ah, my mic is too high. There we go. What are these things? Living Way, I trust thou hast been well. There you are, Yashil has appraised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case this void-sent containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can and will bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there. Fair, fine, whatever, fuck you. I didn't want to talk to the Lopper anyway. Ever grateful am I for the Loperit's irrepressible compulsion to help. Despite their bestial appearance, these creatures are highly intelligent, and, much like you and yours, they take pleasure in helping others.
Dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Why am I fucking sitting here advancing the text and without auto? Wow.
You're making me blush. Even now, as we pursue new dreams, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always.
I can't tell if that one line was new in recognition of doing the Loperit Beast Tribe,
supporters to patrol the moon
or if it was, or if they always said that.
They've never tussled with Voidsent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends.
I've got a really easy way to check. I just gotta head back to the inn room.
Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment. And who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetheris?
I believe I would make a better instructor. Not only have I fought Voidsent, I am one.
Just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
That'll do, that'll do! A defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into Voidsent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
I'm muted. I went on a rant about getting Zero Scythe.
May I inquire as to how long
Gone to the void
repairs
forever.
will take?
Fitting.
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. But if you were to provide us with encouragement... we just might be able to do it in two.
This I leave to you.
The leopard's eyes twinkle with... what is that? What does auto events affect that? Twinkle with anticipation. No. Twinkle with anticipation as they await your buoyant exaltation. To wit, they yearn for you to rally their spirits. I wonder if these creatures also once existed on the Void's moon. But even if they did, they must all be Void sent by now. Though I fear my laudations will leave them wanting, I shall do mine utmost to rally the Loperants. To be clear, we will always do everything within our power to aid the people of Aetheris. As I'm sure you'll agree, though it doesn't hurt to have a little encouragement. What? Engage! Oh, sorry, I was in the midst of... Forgive me. The sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing, but I'll try to keep moving. What a marvelous feeling. The feeling. There's nothing like wild gesticulations of encouragement to fire you up. Why isn't it working? There we go. With you cheering me on, I can do not less than my very best. Next to the maintenance of the atmospheric circulation system, making adjustments to these supporters is as easy as changing your socks. Forget 2, at this rate, we'll finish in a carrot and a half. Total annihilation of Void Sun. Never fear, we shall ensure the supporters are ready for any Void Sun brazen. I missed the initial, whatever. Brazen enough to slip through, and if they seem to struggle, we'll rally them, or at least we would, if someone were kind enough to demonstrate. There we go. Oh, thank you very, very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us. I mean, showing us the proper technique so we may keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. Overclocking to increase maximum output for the sake of the people of Aetheris, we cannot settle for good enough. My, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, we'll have the supporters up and running again in no time. Pray attend to your remaining busy work and leave the deployment of our new and improved Void-sent slaughter bots to us.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands. Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
Stop. Y'shtola, was it? Worth it. Worth it. The brands are ready, I presume. Excellent. With the Loporits having deployed their supporters, we are ready to proceed. Let us rejoin your stroll post haste and prise open our gate unto the void. Hello, Black Mage with the tiny rat. Goodbye, Black Mage. Actually, wait a minute. I can just, yeah, it's close. This is way closer. I wonder if the Watchers got anything to say. What aid I lend in restoring the brands is insignificant next to that which you and yours must accomplish. When my part is complete, I shall stand apart and observe, as I have ever done, for it was to you that the Vana has entrusted the future. Hello, AFK person. With Estinian keeping us safe, we were able to finish repairing the brands without incident. Some manner of Cactar attempted to make mischief, but no one came to harm. How did you fare? This is it. I have duly informed Ystrola of our task's completion. While you all tend to matters in the 13th, I shall remain here and ensure the integrity of gate and seal both. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this, all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Alphino and Alize in the Tower of Babel to channel Aether to the moon. Once we have amassed a sufficient amount of energy, Urianger and I shall begin our incantations to open a void gate. If all goes well, a tear will form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brands and put in place the containment seal. That is all. If there are no questions, then let us begin.
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are finally complete.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated. But give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
The moment of truth. By the sisters!
Urianger, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate. Beginning to form. Quickly, activate the brands. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Let's see how well it holds.
What an enormous gate! Lord Golbez will be eager to hear of this. So this is the promised land. The land of boundless ether.
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
I see all proceedeth apace. Remarkable.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
It's incredible, Ishtola. Truly incredible. Oh, what an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
A part is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours. Our success has also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel. The Ascians rejoined reflections to the source by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source, one responsible for such an outcome.
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them. Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Hydaelyn's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures. Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts, we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us. Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
One step closer to fulfilling your dream, eh?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Climb upon my back. I
I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, then together with the Loporrits maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe.
Unto the void once more.
Still muted. Cannot wait to go to other reflections, man. Oh, it's gonna be so good. But let us see what Dawn Trail has first before we start looking for it. Before we start dreaming up what expansions beyond that might have, yeah? Let's not rush past the immediate present. Speed towards her.
This is the moon of the 13th.
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
No voidsent. A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
I do not sense my sister. Where could she be? Where?
Take a deep breath, Mr. Vritra. Calm down.
Steady, Vritra. We've barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
Yes, thou art right. I shall survey the moon from above. The ground I leave to you all.
I forgot that we can't mount up here. Yeehaw. The surface of the moon is a grim shade of crimson, a consequence of the flood of darkness, perhaps. My lady will be... My fucking hell. My lance will be ready should any more of Golbez's pawns appear. Y'shtola. I can change class here, right? I'm gonna be exploiting Peloton. I'm sorry. This is a massive area that you run through, and I have to comb it for 4 NPCs. 3 NPCs. I've already found, like, literally so far away that they pop out of existence due to rudder distance. There's Y'shtola, I think. Pretty sure that's Y'shtola. You hold your breath in an attempt to catch the faintest noise. Save for the sounds of your comrades. There is nothing. Oh, it's 0, Lamau. Ellipses. 0 appears to be lost in thought, her gaze fixed upon the bottomless abyss. There's Y'shtola. Where's Urianger? He came along too, right? I'm not just, like, imagining it? I could have swore he was here. No sign of a Watcher or any Loporrits. Perhaps they were swallowed up in the flood of darkness, or perhaps they never existed here. I lean towards they never existed here. If there was never any plan to rescue the reflections, why bother having Loporrits? You know? I suppose I misremembered seeing Urianger go with us. My bad, I suppose. Oh. No, I just completely forgot his dialogue where he said that he was staying behind. My bad. And then failed to notice he wasn't there. Actually, wait, before I do this, let's try swap out skeleton. There you go. No matter how you strain your eyes, you spy no signs of life. In all directions extends a desolate waste without end. So far, you have failed to find any clues as to Ajdaya's whereabouts. Perhaps 0 has noticed something you missed.
The chasm has caught your attention as well. There's some manner of structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I too sense something here. This pit much resembles the Cradle of Darkness on our moon, where Zodiac was once imprisoned. If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths. Strange, though. When Zodiac perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered. But it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or Is it something else?
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee. Climb on, my friends. Hastaya is here, within this chasm.
Holy shit, Reach was speaking the Dragon Tongue. Tis I, Vritra, I have come to rescue thee. I missed the first one, sorry. Text is on screen.
You were entrusted with Ajdaya's eye, were you not?
Big question. If you drain, we'll say, half the aether out of one dragon's eye, right? And you give the eye back to the dragon, does the aether in their eyes equalize over time? Like, does the weakened eye siphon aether off of the full eye, or as full as it, like the more full eye, over time, until they're both back to being roughly the same amount of aether? Questions that will never be answered, because why the fuck am I even thinking of this? But Ritra, wherefore art thou here? Oh, thank goodness. Tis thee, dear sister, truly thee. How long have I dreamed of this moment? Would that I could have found thee sooner, but I am here now. Let us return home together. The thought filleth me with joy, but I fear it cannot be. Not even with a dragon's might can these chains be broken. For they are forged of the very will of the man named Golbez.
So this is indeed Golbez's domain. Thou
keepest company with mortals? A lot's happened in the intervening 6,000 years. I do. They are my stalwart allies, without whom I could not have come this far. Is that so? Then much time hath passed indeed. It doth feel like only yesterday that we were fighting the Void-Sent hordes the men of Alag had unleashed on Mericidia. Desperate to save Tiamat, I flew into this lightless world to strike at the heart of the Cloud of Darkness's forces. But the Void-Sent I slew returned again and again, and before I knew it, the rift betwixt worlds had closed. I was stranded, bereft of strength. Thou didst save the lives of full many, sister. Today we abide in harmony with men, working side by side and forging enduring bonds. Indeed, in the course of searching for thee, I did cross paths with many a noble mortal, with whom I built a nation of rich diversity. To thee I would show it, my beautiful Raz-Datan. I shall not rest until thou art free. When Golbez found me collapsed, the darkness ravaging my wounds, he spoke and said, "'Tis but a matter of time before you turn, but I have the power to stop it." And he did, for a price. I would remain myself but bound, an everlasting feast for his minions who supped upon my aether over thousands of years.
What now, then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
If such is thine attempt at encouragement, mortal, thou art as graceless as Nidhogg. 'Twas Golbez who did weave this spell, and so his defeat should serve to unravel it. Would it suffice as a show of spirit were I to reveal what I know of the villain?
Now there's a start. So, what can you tell us?
Mayhap in order to sustain the magic, he cannot travel far from this place. He doth prefer to send minions to carry out his will, but on occasion will himself ascend to the moon's surface. And every time, without fail, he will visit the same location to the south. Something of import lieth there, no doubt.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
May as well. I don't see why not. Could reveal some useful information. The others have already begun searching for clues. Let us do the same. I'll take charge of this area if you could see to the south. It's this rock pile, I think. Or this one. Nothing here, mayhap further south then. I have only performed a cursory search, but I doubt there's anything of note further west. Perhaps you could try looking to the southeast. Yeah, there it is. I could not discern a structure of any kind from above. Whatever this place or object might be, Golbez hath hidden it well. A glint from beneath the rock catches your eye.
Did you find something? A memoria. But whose?
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered. Have you anything to say in your defense?
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. And better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
I choose to believe that had these men known peace and plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then. Like so many others. But we will end it.
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones.
Who is that?
Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriates taken by darkness.
Well, well. A kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
So, a lot of people think that Golbez is the 13th shard of Azem.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
And I do think there... Is that so? I do think that there is a not insignificant
else,
amount
I'll be on my way.
of hints that may be the case. However,
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust.
The Reaper section in the third volume of the Encyclopedia Eorzea does also heavily suggest that only a precious few Memoriates remain who cling to the light. Would that we could have won her over? There, like the Reaper segment in the third Encyclopedia Eorzea does heavily imply that your Reaper avatar would be your reflection. So
now then, our work here is finished. His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Well, I forgot about that detail my first time through. That's nifty.
Had another vision of the past, did you?
Uh-huh. This is Golbez.
I was in it.
Yeah, you were. That also. So the Golbez we're fighting isn't Golbez.
It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this Memoria is...
So, you have come. You, who would oppose our crusade.
Tranquil.
Sister, says Ritra.
You. I know you.
Is that so? From the world before, I dare say. 'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form, but to remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions, correct?
And what if I am?
Then I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Fight with you? More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
I see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes? When first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity.
Speak plainly, Jeller.
Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free, to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
There's Daya, no!
The darkness is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
Creature, thou must flee.
Rise, O Shadow Dragon, and obey! Kill him.
Sister, please.
Damn you!
Keep our guests occupied.
favor, I beg thee. Save my sister.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you. Face me.
Rest assured, I need no invitation. Sheath sword.
Accursed light. You, who have ever basked in its warmth, could never understand our envy, our agony. You will not deny us our release.
And back to queuing. Wow. It's clear. Damn, that was fast. Never mind. No fate farming for this stream. Gunbreaker. Another bad off tank. I mean tank. He's got tank stance on when this cutscene ends. I ain't fighting for it. I want this sword so bad. So bad. Granted, I'm not a huge fan of the guard. The guard, you know, swept back towards hands and spikes, bad, but overall, very cool great sword. Cannot wait for it to get get effects.
No mercy to destroy you. I shall bring my all to bear. Come, warriors from beyond the rift. Oppose our crusade, then come. But know that none shall deny us salvation. This place shall be your tomb.
Okay, I dropped my effects. Can't fucking see shit.
I will free us from the wheel. No obstacles. the foe, I will stay the course. Let lightning surge! Such is your power. Come forth, my servant of shadow. With epistles dark and heroes blaze, I bring my people liberation. Shall know true terror! Dragon, hear me and obey! Crush them!
Ow.
Bathe them in black flame!
Stumbling over all my keybinds.
My meteors will extinguish your light! A raging gale to rend you asunder!
Yeah, my invocation is
For your doom! You wretch! Come forth, my servant of shadow! Let lightning surge! A raging gale to rend you asunder! his blades. This place shall be your tomb. My servant of shadow!
Reaper friend, you want an LB, man? It's right there, you can do it. If you don't do it and a fucking tank buster comes up and using it on the tank buster, I'm just saying. Was it? Summoner? I think Summoner's LB is kind of underwhelming IMO. Visually speaking. I'm pretty sure that every other DPS is a more like visually impressive LB. I should be wrapping up MSQ tomorrow? Assuming I don't end up getting in my car tomorrow. And even then, maybe still tomorrow. And once I'm done with MSQ, I will be under substantially less pressure to fucking stream every day. And then I shall have my mornings or afternoons back again. So I'm gonna say, like, I'll be available for it next week, roughly speaking. You know, I really want to do the extreme, though. I need that great sword, man. I need it. The burning passion.
Are you all right?
It'd probably help if I got, if I went through the trouble of augmenting all my Surrendum gear, though. I already got the best in slot weapon. May as well go for the... Is augmented Surrendum best in slot?
What's happening?
It wouldn't be, right? It'd be the best in slot would be the Savage gear, right?
At last.
It's the best. It's the best shit that I can reasonably get my hands on anyway.
You may have bested me, but not quickly enough. Too late will you look to the chasm. You've won the battle, but I win the war.
Stop this. I beg of thee, let her go.
Darkness made manifest once abided in the depths of this abyss, until one day it dispersed in a haze of ether. In the absence of the great flow, that ether has nowhere to return. And so it has coalesced, giving rise to a mighty voidsent. Now feast. Feast upon this dragon and its ardent longing for home with it.
I see. I can definitely craft the ring for myself. Because the ring should be the only thing that you need from the crafting set to get the piston slot. Well, second to piston slot.
Upon you, who shall deliver us from eternal damnation, I bestow the name of a hero of Eld. Zeromus, awaken!
Zelnaga looking ass. Amon looking ass.
No matter how powerful, a void scent can be sealed in Memoria.
Not 14's Amon. StarCraft Amon.
Damn it. It's too strong.
Our warding scales may not hold. Not against a void scent born of Zodiark's ether.
We must retreat. Everyone to me.
I will return, sister, and I will save you. This I swear. Ellipses. Curse you, Golbez. Are we all unharmed? We made it back safely, at least. Zeromus. In light of this development, that we escaped with our lives is an accomplishment unto itself. Would that we could have anticipated Ajdaya's yearning to return home. Would that we could have anticipated Ajdaya's yearning to return home could be manipulated in this fashion. Alas, we must now contend with a newborn void-sent hell's-bent on breaching the rift. Even one with such prodigious strength, Zeromus is unlike anything I've ever seen. So named for an ancient hero, as Golbez said, though none can say if there is even a sliver of truth to the legends. Perhaps Golbez chose it in hopes that his champion will do that which no one could in the Contra Memoria, save the world. It's going to be real interesting seeing what they do with the Endwalker Ultimate. Personally, what I think would be really, really nifty is if they pull a E9? 8? The Garuda Ifrit thing. And you fight Zodiark, Hydaelyn, and then Zodiark and Hydaelyn merge into like a like combo primal for the final stage. And then I don't know where the end singer comes in, but they're there somewhere, I guess. But a true hero would not damn another world to save his own. And we're not about to let that happen, but regardless, we need to regroup. I, loath though I am to admit it, we are in no state to face a void scent of Zeronis' might. Vritra, not least of all, in body and mind both, for now. Let us return to Razdatan and take stock of the situation. Yeah. I did finally like look that up, and then promptly saw it again when I watched the digest, or a digest. Arentel, might I trouble you to head to Bestwaysboro and appraise Oriange of the situation? The rest of us shall tend Vritra's wounds before returning to Razdatan. Pray join us there anon. You know what I wasn't paying attention to and totally could have checked when I was on the moon, and probably can't now because they're going to vanish because they left? No, he's still here. Oh, and he has healed. Cool. Why am I flying there? Dude, I can't wait until I go through the pandemonium. Why am I... NVIDIA, stop. I can't wait until I go through all the pandemonium raids. So this way, so I can talk about what I think the next 10-year arc is gonna be. Ah, Arentel, thou art returned. I am pleased to say it hath been blessedly uneventful in your absence. But more importantly, what of your mission in the Void? Heavens forfend that Ajdaya should be used to birth a dread void scent, born of Zodiark's residual aether. That could be cool. Although we could not have predicted this outcome, there's one small mercy, the void scent containment seal. As we employed the selfsame brands that once imprisoned Zodiark in its creation, the seal should serve to hinder Zeronis. Yet for how long, none can say, for our enemy's strength is unknowable, whilst the barrier what was erected in haste. Thou shalt rejoin our comrades anon to deliberate measures, yes? Then I shall remain here to maintain my vigil over the seal. Should we observe signs of an impending incursion, rest assured I shall send with word without delay. Go well, my friend. Wait. I just noticed that these fires are flat gifts. Anyway. Ah, Master Arentel, we have been expecting you. When the Satrap and your comrades returned earlier, I couldn't help but notice that they were in low spirits. I hope it's nothing too serious. Oh, no big deal. It's fine, don't worry about it. But forgive me, you must be eager to join them. If you would follow me.
Do you remember Ciriato and Farfarello? The cowardly pair of voidsent that dwelled in my domain.
They do say his name in voice cutscene.
Ciriato devoured Farfarello, and in so doing he inherited an all-consuming fear of Barbariccia. For as you know, when a voidsent is devoured, it doesn't simply cease to be. Its soul persists within the devourer, and when a voidsent dies, all the souls that harbored may break free to become individual entities once more. That is to say, by defeating Zeromus, we may yet save Azdaja. And to make certain that we do, we must remind her of who she is. When the time comes, you must call to her. Call with all your being.
Thy words give me heart, Zero. Thou hast my gratitude.
Then it's settled. Our objective is to defeat Zeromus. While it is unsettling that a voidsent could be born of Zodiark's ether, its very nature may render it susceptible to the brands that once contained him. Did Urianger have aught to say? I see. If the seal may not hold for long, then haste is paramount.
Couldn't we just let it come to the source and strike it down here?
Doing so would consign Azdaja's soul to the ethereal sea. Any attempt to ensure her survival demands that we deal with Zeromus in the 13th.
I could barely go near it. Never mind land a blow. So thick was the shroud of darkness. How do you propose we fight such a foe?
Simple. Against impenetrable darkness, we must wield resplendent light. And it just so happens, there is a world replete with light. The question of how we will harness that light, you may leave to me. With our recent discoveries and proven techniques, as well as the aid of comrades near and far, I have faith that we will find a way. But only if I begin my work at once. Rest up while you can, for there will be much to do when I return.
It wouldn't do to be idle while our esteemed sorceress labors tirelessly. I shall be training if you have need of me.
Wait. Allow me to join you. I must become stronger for what lies ahead.
Fine by me. Come on then.
I shall not pass my time wallowing in despair. Using my vessel, I shall attend what preparations I may.
Azdaja is my sister, and long have I dreamed of saving her, but if I am to do so, I must be better than I have been. Blessed though I am to have you and yours as comrades, I cannot well ask you to lift me up every time doubt and despair creep into my heart. I won't falter again, this I swear. I will hold fast to my conviction, Arentel, and I pray that you will stand with me to the last. Meanwhile, on the 13th moon,
Zeromus is risen, but not yet at full strength. It will take time before the Fiend is able to breach the veil. But what is another moment on this long journey I have endured? It remains as fresh as if it were yesterday. Old friend, the memory of your passing and the pain. As I promised you then, I promise you now. They shall sing of Golbez, the hero who shattered the wheel and brought salvation to the world.
And thus, we have completed patch 6.4. Let's cross that off on the old list. Very nice. Hang on. Beautiful. So, I have just about an hour and 15 minutes left. And with that hour and 15 minutes, I would like very much to get through what I consider to be the first half of 6.5. It will set me up beautifully for tomorrow, make tomorrow nice and easy, especially if tomorrow's stream will need to be shorter. Again, I'm working on getting a car, and that may be coming up tomorrow. We'll see. So, let's see how far we can get with the time I have at my disposal. Arentel, I was about to call for you. There have been developments concerning the Void Gate that I will discuss with everyone. Coincidentally, I am told Y'shtola will be returning shortly. I dare to hope she has made some progress in devising a way to harness the First's light. Come, let us await the others in my chambers. My apologies for the delay. Think nothing of it. I pray thou art come with glad tidings. With findings well worth my sleepless nights, I am pleased to report. You may leave it there, thank you. Eager though I am to hear the details, I must first share tidings of my own, grave ones. Urian J hath sent word from the Void Gate in Mare Lamentorum. The situation is precarious. They continue to rely upon the brands to contain the forces which would otherwise flow freely into the source. Yet though these measures were sufficient to imprison a fragment of Zodiark for aeons against our enemies' determined onslaught, they are degrading at an unsettling rate. The Loperates are sparing no effort to sustain the brands, which is only a matter of time ere they fail. Unless we act soon, there shall be no stopping Golbez from realizing his ambition. That Zeromus should so test the seal even when not at full strength, 'tis every bit as terrible as we feared. Aye, we must needs vanquish it, to which end we require a means to pierce its dark shroud. So, did you find it, a way to bring resplendent light to bear against our foe? As a matter of fact, I have. The theory was simple. We harness light from the first and channel it to the 13th. Such a feat would require us to manipulate vast amounts of energy, to say the least. And so I consulted Sid and his fellows, who rose to the challenge and produced bespoke devices, aether transmitters. These marvelous contraptions can be placed at locations of our choosing to facilitate the flow of aether. In other words, we can use them to create ethereal currents. That such a thing should be possible. We shall first direct aether from Nabatharang, where the flood of light was halted, and into the Crystal Tower. We all know from personal experience the wonders of which it is capable, wonders which suit our needs perfectly. I should mention that the structure in the Azim Steppe, which the Allagans built to redirect aether, was also a source of inspiration. Once we have infused the crystal tower with sufficient aether, we shall send it into the rift. And the aether transmitters shall guide the energy unto the 13th. Like so. In this way, we shall have a lance of light with which to pierce the shield of darkness. Or so I hope. No tests were performed. We performed were close to the scale of what we ultimately seek to achieve. I cannot guarantee success. It would hardly be the first time we played it by ear. True enough, but that's not a point of pride for me personally. Science and theory aside, we need to place one or more of these transmitters in the first, I take it. A task we must entrust to you, Arntel. Rest assured, I will provide you with what support I can. I wish to go as well. This world that you brought back from the brink, I would see it with my own eyes. But how dost thou intend to make the journey? In a spirit vessel, that's how you and yours managed it, yes? Void Scent Summoning also sees the soul separated from flesh. This separation I can do at will. The principles are similar enough. If you aren't averse to traveling with company, I should be glad to lend Zero my vessel. All right, I don't see why not. May as well. We'll look forward to seeing purple trees. Then it's settled. I shall finish preparing the transmitters, then help Zero transfer her soul. Pray see to your own preparations, and then let us reconvene at Megaduta. Is that? I'm sorry, what? Hang on. I feel like that's a cosplay of some sort. For a moment, I misunderstood and thought Y'shtola was proposing that Zero borrow her body, which would have been odd. Y'shtola will be along after she has seen to Zero's soul. Let us await her here. Apologies for the wait. Everything went smoothly. Zero's soul is now safely within the spirit vessel. I shall have the alchemists attend her body until she returns. The vessel I placed in your care, along with the transmitters and a set of garments for Zero. I've also included instructions on how to operate the Crystal Tower, courtesy of Grahatia. While you're away, I'll join Orion J in the Loporits on the moon. They'll need help should the brands fail. A fine idea. For my part, I shall continue to coordinate our efforts while I recover from my wounds. Given the task at hand, I suggest that you speak with Reen. With her power over light, she is bound to be helpful in our efforts. But ere you do that, or aught else, seek out Beglug. As the foremost authority on soulcraft, they should be able to grant Zero a corporeal form. As I recall, the old Numu was rather fond of the Cabinet of Curiosity, so that should be your first stop. And don't forget to call on Feo Ul. She'll be very upset if you don't. That's all from me. Go forth, Warrior of Darkness, and make your triumphant return to the First. You say that as though I don't regularly go there for various reasons. Oh, never mind. For some reason, I hadn't noticed the faceplate, so I thought it was just a hood shaped like the Crypt Lurker one, without the faceplate, because I'd love to have that, but alas. So all the hoods have, like, all the, like, decent hoods have, like, long dangling bits. It's like, why? Our work on a tome chronicling events from the time of the flood proceeds slowly but surely. It is perhaps the most ambitious project I have dared to take on, but I consider it my mission to preserve our collective experiences for posterity. Is that you, Arentel? What brings you back across the rift? Can you give my friend here a body? Appreciate it. Honestly, first you ask me to extract another soul from a spirit vessel. Then you tell me you have designs to channel light to the void. Wicked white, Arentel. Is nothing ever simple with you? I suppose some people can't help but find themselves at the center of world-changing events. Very well, if your home is in peril, then I shall do all in my power to aid you. And if it helps Unakalhai with his work, all the better. While I tend to your companion, you should go and speak with Reen. By all accounts, she practically lives at the Horatorium these days. I will look for you. For you there once I finish. There we go. Got it in the end.
Restoring the elements to the empty may allow life to flourish there once more. But that isn't enough to return the environment to the way it was. No, we need to gradually reintroduce life, beginning with plants.
I don't know, Reen. It looks like the plants kind of took care of themselves. If the ending of Eden is anything to go by, I don't think you have to worry too much about like
Not
replanting
just any plants,
shit.
though, but those that won't be a burden on a weakened land. Such as...
As a level 90 botanist, how about coffee plants?
Coffee. If I recall correctly, it thrives in warm climates with cooler nights to promote growth. Yes. Yes, that might be suitable. And with a good harvest, we could set some aside for coffee biscuits. Wait, it's you!
Hello, long time no see. How has the world been? No extant signs of the final days?
Rambling to myself. How embarrassing. I've been studying botany, you see. Hoping that the knowledge would help our work in the empty. But never mind that for now. What brings you to the Crystarium? It was my understanding that the final days were behind us.
Oh, they are. We got other shit going on. Thankfully not, you know, universe affecting, but hey.
You wish to combat this otherworldly threat with the power of light?
Correct.
Please, let me help.
That's why I went to you.
Though I've lost my connection to Hydaelyn, I can still manipulate light to a degree. If there is a chance I could save others with that power, then I have to try.
Yes, lost your connection to Hydaelyn. You lost the connection. That's all that happened. She's still out there, I promise.
"'Tis done. Zero is now with us in the flesh."
Hello, Zero. How you liking the first? Starium's pretty cool.
The spirit vessel I shall hold on to for operating the tower. This will help me to make sense of the controls, will it? There's a levity in his words that wasn't there before. It heartens me to know he is well. I shall see to the preparations as per his instructions.
My thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. That said, 'tis customary that my kind receive fitting payment for services rendered.
Not unlike we Voidsent, then. In that case, you may devour some of my ether.
Are you mad? I'll do no such thing. The very suggestion is absurd.
Now, let's calm down. We all have our preferences, and I'm sure no offense was intended.
I shall attend to the tower now. The rest, I leave to you.
Zero, was it? My name is Reen. It's a pleasure to meet you.
This world isn't what I expected. While light is indeed strong here, it's not pervasive or overwhelming. Everything looks much as it does in the source.
I may have had something to do
We
with
have
that.
the Warrior of Darkness to thank for that. If you're interested, I would be glad to show you around.
Well, this VOD's getting the copyright strike. Or claim. I've yet to receive any strikes. Matter of time, but... Honestly, I'm surprised that none of the SWTOR VODs got outright annihilated. They all got claimed, don't get me wrong. Every single fucking SWTOR VOD.
Just an ordinary sky. Ordinary and beautiful.
Honestly, I think it fits a little more for this cutscene to happen at night. The rain could be not a thing.
To think that after so much loss, they could reclaim this.
restored peace to the world, and I want to ensure that peace is preserved. That's why I'm learning everything I can. I've heard something of your deeds here, of how the warrior of darkness fought on, despite light ravaging his very being. Had I the selfsame strength of spirit, perhaps I could have done more for my world. No, it isn't over yet. The 13th isn't beyond saving, that's why we're here. So, where to? Just lead the way. I see they use aetherites here as well. Not that I'll be able to, having not attuned to any. I trust you're willing to walk with me. You good, Zero? Let's head for Nabatharang. Since Zero can't teleport to the aetherite there, we should probably travel by Amaro. I've got my own. Don't worry about it. No, this is Lena. Hello, Lena. Been a minute. Ah, there you are. Thank goodness I'm not too late. Lena, I take it Beglug told you why he's here. Or there. Or more or less. Greetings and welcome. I am Lena, captain of the guard here at the Crystarium. Zero, is there something that you require? When I learned of your plan to gather light at the Crystal Tower, I felt compelled to warn you of the potential repercussions. I know well that you would never use the tower for ill, not without due caution. Even so, I believe I understand. Ever since the flood, light has been a source of pain and misery. Some fear it still, no doubt. Which is to say that some would be uncomfortable at the sight of it wielded as we intend. That is your concern, is it not? Precisely. It was light that nearly consumed our world. To use the Crystal Tower to harness this destructive force risks turning the tower into an object of fear. You may convince the Crystarium of the necessity of your cause, but it will not be easy to win over those outside our walls. I worry this will undermine the fragile trust that we have only begun to build with some communities. They may misunderstand your intentions. Tell me who they are and what misunderstandings they may have. I shall allay their concerns. Arntel and I will go with her. People know us. Our presence will put them at ease. Thank you. I realize this will delay the execution of your plans, but I see no other way. As for where to begin, I dare say Yulemore would be as good a place as any. Though ours is an amicable relationship now, we were at odds for long years. Yulemore was once ruled by a tyrant who wielded the power of light. Though he promised salvation, in truth he made slaves of his subjects and sought to destroy any who defied him. He's gone now, thankfully, and a good man named Chainuz was elected mayor. Relations between our cities have improved much since then. Even so, there's a lingering rivalry between us. If the Crystarium were to harness light without warning, some Yulemorans might suspect we have ulterior motives. Thus would it be prudent to give them prior notice. If you explain that you seek to save the Warrior of Darkness's home, though, I should hope that they would give you their blessing. Once again, yours is a name that commands respect and trust in the domain of your former enemies, as it does in Garlemald. Where else should we visit? After Yulemore, I would suggest the Raktika Greatwood. There you will find the Knights Blessed, a small collective which worships darkness, as well as the V's, guardians of the secrets of ancient Ronka. The V's are insular and will likely not object unless the light encroaches upon their territory. The Knights Blessed, on the other hand, would greatly benefit from your assurances that your actions will not adversely affect their lives. People who worship darkness, fitting for a world all but consumed by light. Very well, we will treat with the people of Yulmore and the Knights Blessed. Here, take these whisper weeds. I'll let you know when all is in readiness with the tower. Right then, I should tend to my own tasks. Explaining the situation to the people of the Castarium and arranging for your transmitters to be placed here and in Nibatharang. We are truly grateful. Thank you, Lena. Come, let's head to Yulmore. Hopefully, Shai Nuz will know how best to present our plan to everyone. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to do everything I want. So, I'm going to cut to the chase then, while I have a somewhat decent ending point, and wrap up here. I want to thank anyone for stopping by who did. I really appreciate anyone who gives me the time of day. Next time, we will be wrapping up patch 6.5, the entirety of it, all the way through the very end of Endwalker. And we'll see how long that takes me, and we'll see if I'm not doing other things on Friday. We'll see. So, until I stream again, have a good one, all.